Welcome to welcome to the STEM4US podcast, where we get behind topics concerning cybersecurity, data analysis, drone technology, and web and mobile phone development. Our goal is to increase the diversity and the numbers of workers here in the United States in the cyber workforce. And we do that through engaging with schools, with universities, even community colleges to ensure that they have the resources necessary to increase the number of students that are coming into their programs. And we also engage with parents because the parents as you know, are the first teachers. And we want to excite them about cyber career fields so they can then in turn excite their children. And we are very happy to have a wonderful guest joining us today who is a parent herself as well as a cyber professional. And she has a wonderful story to tell. And so before we introduce her, I want to encourage everybody who's joining us to like the content by hitting that like button. Also subscribe to our channel so you can get the updates on our upcoming conversations with leaders such as the one we have today. And then also share it with your friends and family. We're going to be really relating some very important information today that you would want to probably make sure that your community is aware of. So without any further ado, let me bring on our guest, the wonderful and dynamic Tiffany Hubb. Tiffany, welcome to the
Hi.
STEM4US podcast.
Awesome.
We are really delighted to have you here. And you are based where?
I'm currently in Miami, Florida.
Miami, Florida, sunny Miami. How is the weather there in Miami?
Right now it's a little gloomy, typical Florida weather. You get the sun, the rain, the clouds, the sun again. So
Excellent. And I know that you are a former college basketball player, high school and college basketball player, and then a graduate of a esteemed college after having played high school basketball in Maryland. And then you went on to teach as an elementary school teacher, and now you are a cybersecurity professional. That's a wonderful kind of journey. And if I was going to read a book called The Making of Tiffany Hubb, and I was going to read those chapters between your college days and to now, could you give me an abbreviated summary of that that book or the pages in those chapters, if you will?
awesome. So I graduated college. From there, I obtained a elementary education degree. So I went into teaching. So I've taught numerous different grades in the elementary, on the elementary level. And then from there, I taught for about a few years. And from there, I then went on, I got pregnant. And from there, I knew that teaching in my current dynamic just wasn't going to work for me. So I began to investigate different career paths that wouldn't take much of a heavy load, such as like a doctor or a policeman. And so I came across the cyber field. And from the cyber field, I immediately became intrigued with the different avenues that you could take, as well as the rewarding salary or pay that it also offered. So I began to take some cyber courses that focused in the auditing assessment sector of cyber, and obtained a few certifications, worked in a couple of different environments, and just kind of fell in love with it from there and began to really explore the career. And I'm here now kind of just loving the field, loving the profession.
So I know that you were while on the campus of what university did you attend, by the way?
I went to Marshall University in West
Marshall,
Virginia. Yeah.
West Virginia. And so while you were there at Marshall, you were a student leader and also a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha. Is that correct?
Correct. Yes, I'm also a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority.
All right.
Yes.
And I don't know if you noticed, but today I'm wearing pink in honor of your.
Oh, nice. That is
I thought you
salmon
might
pink.
be happy to know that. And just yesterday, the vice president, who I understand is also an AKA, one of your sorority sisters, met with the leaders of the sororities and fraternities, African American sororities and fraternities, at the White House to talk about voting rights, to talk about monies for HBCUs. And I would, had I been there, I would have also encouraged them to talk about, monies, particularly to encourage more young people to go into the areas that you have chosen to go into, and that is into cybersecurity. Why do you think it's important for fraternities and sororities to really, get, I guess, on the train, if you will, in terms of getting young people involved with cybersecurity and cyber career fields, be it drone technology or web development or mobile phone development, even at a young age, as young as elementary, where you were teaching, or middle school, for example?
I just think that our community, just as a general, there's a lack of exposure to the cyber world, and there is a lot of positions that are very rewarding and very, substantially, good pay for a profession of such. So I think it's important to kind of allow the exposure of cyber to reach our communities, because it offers a well-paying job and obtainable type of responsibilities, if that makes sense, versus, if you're an athlete or, something to that caliber, it kind of takes some type of talent, to kind of allow you to compete at that level and to make, the type of money that an athlete or, a celebrity may make.
And it's interesting you mentioned this idea in comparison of the money that a celebrity could make, because I understand. Well, maybe you can even go into detail. How much do people who are I guess, members of the WNBA, how much is the average salary of women basketball players in the WNBA? Do you know?
I'm not sure of the women, but I have researched the men. The men can range from, hundreds of $1,000s to the 23 million type of caliber.
But I understand that the pay for an average woman playing basketball is considerably less.
I'm sure. Yeah.
And both, overseas ball or even here in the United States. And so if you think about that, let me ask you this. How much money did you start off making when you went into the cybersecurity field?
We could say about close to the six figures. So.
Well, all right, because I mean, people say close to the church. If you would mind,
I mean, that's kind of personal, so
I'm not asking how much did you personally make, but you can say how much your colleagues made, or how much money.
Close to the six figures. So the closest number to six figures could be anywhere from 85 on up. So 85,000.
And the reason why we ask is because, especially young people, they want to know. I mean, how much can I make in this area?
Sure, but it also depends on your qualifications. The sector that you kind of land in, but it's a very rewarding and a well-paid profession as a whole. So
so let's just say, for example, would it be safe to say that you were able to, let's say, start around $90,000, right?
Sure, close to the hundreds, yes.
Okay, so let's say $90,000. You came and you were making as a teacher, a elementary school teacher, how much money?
Anywhere from about $40,000 to $50,000.
So you were making $40,000 to $50,000 as a elementary school teacher, and you were able to basically double your income right after you came off of maternity leave. And that is, and the reason I wanted to kind of drill down there is because a lot of people just don't understand. They don't understand the movement of zeros as I teach in my math classes. You have to understand exactly how you can move those zeros by just taking a how long was your training, by the way? The boot camps that you
just the entire transition period was about 6 months. And then the training.
I'm sorry. I just would like for you, because a lot of people just don't understand like the idea of how do you get from, point A as a teacher to becoming a cybersecurity professional. They don't understand the training. They don't understand the job, outreach. Can you just take a little bit of time to go through that, journey, if you will?
Sure. So one could take the route of, going to different community colleges, seeing what courses are available, taking those courses. From there, maybe interning at a place or working for an organization that provides you a junior level type of work. And from there, obtaining your certifications and begin to just explore the field to see what's out there. Where do you best lie, for sure. And so, like I said, you may have to start on the, junior level or admin level to learn the environment, and then begin to position yourself, take more courses, obtain and study for more certifications to just get a better understanding of the field.
And can you walk us through, again, you talked about a community college. Can you tell us about like the actual trainings that you took? And I know there's some certifications behind your name. Maybe you can go into detail about what those certifications mean and why you chose those. Can you just give us a bit of a background on that?
So the courses, it depends on the course that you prefer. The courses can kind of take you from a basic level understanding of the cyber field into a more, immediate to then advanced courses, depending on the route that you choose to take. So I don't really want to, I don't really.
And I'm not asking you to promote anybody. I just want you to share people your own journey. Which courses did you take? Which certifications did you take, and why you chose those?
I took the auditing approach, the assessment approach, because I think I'm just a natural auditor. So that's the approach that I chose to take, the sector that I chose to take. Yeah.
And so, like, that approach that you took, what was let's say the training that you took? And the actual, I know that you have a couple of acronyms behind your name. What training did you take to allow you to get that acronym? Did that training involve testing? Can you just go through the path of, if you will, so people can better understand? Because you're a professional, and so totally. Professionals, they talk in language that people who are not in the profession just don't understand. So I wanted to really break it down to the very bare minimum so people can kind of hopefully better understand, if you will.
For sure. Yeah. So like I said, I chose the auditing route because that's just kind of where I wasn't quite ready for the different sectors like app development or any type of, vulnerability management. Those are things that I was kind of familiar with, but like I said, I chose the auditing route in that capacity. And as it relates to the different acronyms, the CASP, which is the Certified Advanced Security Practitioner, was a certification that I obtained to just become an expert in my field. So that gave me the networking background, that gave me the different security information that I needed. So that's why I chose that route.
And the other certification you have, so you have
the PMP, yeah.
and what again, people don't understand. I think oftentimes when you say, even auditing, what that means in terms of cybersecurity, because an auditor, a lot of people think means something to do with accounting.
Okay.
What exactly is, again, the credential that you mentioned? What's the name of that credential again?
The CASP, the
Exactly.
certified, yeah.
Now,
So
what is that?
auditing or
What is that?
So if you're coming in from a security perspective within an environment, an auditor or an assessor is an individual that is going to kind of test or validate the implementation regarding security, cyber, whether it's data within your environment. So if you have security mechanisms in place to prevent your data from getting into different environments or being unauthorizedly accessed, meaning someone is getting into your system or obtaining or reaching some of your system information that's not supposed to reach it. As an auditor or an assessor, we're coming in to validate the security measures that are in place that you that you should have documented in your policies or in a document such as your SSP, which is your system security plan of how you are implementing security measures and different privacy mechanisms to protect your data that you may transmit, you may process, or you may store.
Excellent. And in terms of the jobs that are out there for people with that type of certification, how easy or how difficult was it for you to obtain a job after you got that certification? So just to get a better understanding, once you took a boot camp, right?
Yeah, something similar for the certification. So any form of certifications is just going to make you a more marketable, potential employee for an organization. So a certification is kind of demonstrating that you're becoming or you are an expert in a certain sector or, division or component of a career or profession.
And so the boot camp that you took, that boot camp prepared you to actually take the exam. Is that how you had to get that certification?
Yeah, the boot camp, you kind of initially read a text first. I took the route of reading a textbook. For example, the PMP, they have a popular organization that provides a very easier read text to kind of help you prepare for a boot camp or prepare you for taking the certification. So I read the text first, and from there I took a boot camp to prepare me to kind of solidify the information that I read in a text, or I was able to also ask additional questions or get any type of clarification, and then I took the test.
And so how much money did, for example, it take for you to sit for the actual first exam, the certified, again, what's the name of that?
Each exam is probably about $1,000.
Okay.
From
so CASP, that was $1,000. So you had to take the boot camp, and the boot camp was about how much money?
The boot camps can range from $700 to $500. So I'm encompassing the boot camp as well as paying to take the test. So that's about $1,000 per certification.
Yeah. Okay. So the boot camp and the exam together is about $1,000.
Right. Pretty much, give or take. Yeah.
I got it. I understand.
Yeah.
And then once you get the first certification, that's when you're able to actually go and apply for some of these jobs, right?
Yeah, it makes you more marketable, right? Because you gain another layer of understanding from a standardized test type of situation. You just kind of added a layer of your knowledge as well as your marketability as well.
Excellent. And how long did it take you to actually land a job after you had that certification? After you completed
it took me about 3 months.
3 months. Okay.
About 3 months, yeah.
Now, so I understand that you are currently working with STEM4US to develop our own kind of boot camp, if you will. What are some of the things that you would like to see in the training that that STEM4US offers that was not available in the training that you had when you were going through that process?
A little bit more of the real life experience, if you will, whether it's talking to more people in the field or, going through a scenario or a stimulated type of work environment, as well as support after getting my first, after transitioning, because it's so different. Even from, the formality of the different environments, from, for example, an education environment to a private government sector, the communications are different, the environment is different. So just kind of a stimulated work environment, kind of more of that aspect and post support from the transition.
And I understand that, again, like anything, having a mentor in cybersecurity really does make a difference. Can you tell us about any mentors that you have or you had as you progressed in the cybersecurity field, and and what are you doing now to create mentoring relationships with people who are now more junior than you?
So I didn't have a mentor, so I'm not able to quite speak on that. And the second part of your question about building relationships with a mentee, if you will, that's something that I'm open to. I haven't really formally kind of generated or kind of got any of those type of relationships started at this time. I'm open to them, but I haven't. I don't formally have, a mentee type of relationship at this time.
Well, I know that during the STEM4US Youth Cyber Conference, there were over 100 or well over close to 150 youth who were engaged in that program. And that was an opportunity for you to mentor some young boys, in this case, who were interested in building mobile phone apps to end the violence that is in our community. Unfortunately, it's been spiking. I think today the White House is hosting a conversation about ways to deal with violence. Have you been seeing also this rise in violence in our community? And if you have, even there in Miami where you're living, or places perhaps where your family might be living here still in Maryland, if you have seen it, what do you think that technology can do to change both the underlying issues that are causing this type of spike in violence, or at least the detection of the violence and the alerting, if you will, or notification of people who are responsible for stopping violence in order to prevent more harm from taking place?
I would just saying allowing cyber to be an outlet to allow the younger generation to know, there's an outlet. Cyber for me created freedom. So that would be my biggest, word of advice, kind of, is just exposing our communities more to cyber and allowing them know that, you too can be a cyber professional. You too can, create a lifestyle that provides freedom.
And it's interesting you say that, because I was just looking at a text feed. I'm a follower, if you will, for this one feed called DC Real Time News on Twitter, and it's reporting that here in DC that there is going to be multiple shootings that are going to be taking place all over DC. Now, again, I don't know at all what the notification is based on. However, I have been following this guy's feed, and he has been pretty accurate in terms of the reportings of the shootings after they take place. Do you think that maybe what he's doing, for example, in terms of projecting that these types of violent actions are going to be taking place, is something that can be done? I mean, think about it. technology that we possess all on our phones are, constantly monitoring us. We already know that they're monitoring us. I mean, is there a way that you think that again, if, for example, people are talking about shooting, other folks, or robbing people, that type of information can be sent to the people who are at risk, or being sent to at least law enforcement authorities? I mean, again, people talk about the importance of police, but I mean, these types of things seem to be like no brainers. I mean, what do you think as a technologist?
I mean, everything you said was valid. I agree. I agree. I'm just kind of, if I'm thinking about a solution, through technology, wow, I am actually not sure. Like you said, it would just be a way of allowing the community to be alerted, or quicker reaction, or quicker, assistance if need be. So that's kind of where my solution realm is as well.
So tell me, you are now in a position where you've transitioned from education to technology, security, if you will. Tell me what you see as your goals for the next 1, 5, and 10 years going down the road. What are the goals that you want to accomplish in that time period?
1 year, I would definitely like to obtain another certification. 5 years, I'd like to have some type of organization operating in the CMMC realm and providing consulting services to the small businesses under the DoD. 10 years.
You back up. You're using some acronyms that I think folks just don't know about. So you break those acronyms down for folks so we can understand.
The DoD is the Department of Defense. So it's a sector in the government that a lot of small businesses fall under. And CMMC is a cybersecurity maturity model that the DoD, the government sector, is going to be requiring the businesses that operate through them to have a certain certification level, depending on the level of data that they're kind of transmitting and moving back and forth, or engaging with. So I would like to be in that realm with providing different services and helping out the small businesses get compliant with the framework that they're offering. 10 years, I definitely like to have just a cybersecurity mogul where I'm offering multiple services out of my organization. And
you said a cybersecurity mogul? What's that?
A mogul is a powerhouse. It has, it's generating, it's giving back to the community, it's offering, it's innovating, it's generating a lot of income, so a mogul is kind of the top of the class. So that's my goal.
Interesting. And
yeah,
in terms of having this venture or this mogul that you believe that is important for you to achieve, what do you think are some of the steps that you need to take in order to accomplish that goal in particular?
To be an expert in the field, to create connections, to create relationships, build a product, offer a service, join, partner with people, be an ongoing learner, like I said, an expert in the field, stay on top of what's new, what's coming down the pipeline in that capacity.
So let me ask you this question. If you were to find, a 17-year-old who wants to, even follow your footsteps, let's say a young basketball player who's just graduating from high school, who's getting ready to go into college and play basketball like you did, what advice would you give to her in terms of how she might be able to do some things even better than you did?
To just always never lose hope on the visions that are placed inside of you, and take risk, and get out there and talk to people, and just never lose sight of the big things that are placed inside of you, and go after those things.
Now, one of the opportunities that you decided to take advantage of is the opportunity to become a STEM4US partner,
Mm-hmm.
and really leverage the significant contacts that STEM4US has across the country, looking at 8,000 contacts with policymakers, universities, and businesses, as well as companies such as Pepco that has committed to providing $400 million in small and local contracting opportunities over the upcoming year. Why was it important for you to become an enterprise partner, and what are some of the benefits that you are looking forward to taking advantage of in this capacity?
I would say the first response would be, I believed in the vision. I believe, and I know that cyber can truly make an impact on one's life and create a good life, a life that provides you with opportunities to do the things that you dream of or that you want to accomplish. A lot of cyber jobs provide you with the option of working from home. And so as a mom, that's very helpful for me, because I'm able to, if I have to pick up my daughter, when I have to drop her off, I have that flexibility to do so, and then, transition back into work. So it kind of gives you that flexibility, of course. And then what I'm most excited about is completing and kind of pushing through the program to allow other individuals to come into the cyber field and have and experience the same type of freedom and the same type of opportunities.
And I'm really excited about that idea as well. We are just about ready to
Nice.
launch at least the part one of that project, which is connecting with business leaders who are interested in actually hiring people, so we can then have jobs for the people we train. Because oftentimes people go to trainings, as you mentioned, and perhaps they're not able to find a job. It may be like again, even in some cases, some people might not even be able to afford a 3-month gap between the time they finish a training. And so we would like to be able to place people into jobs upon graduation from boot camp, and upon them getting their certification. And that's the type of thing that I look forward to also working with you on. Well, Tiffany, we could really talk again all day long about your work, your journey, your path, but I'm really looking forward to talking. I know that we meet as enterprise partners who are a part of our network. We meet on Mondays at 9 p.m. Eastern, and we go over both contract opportunities as well as going over the rollout of this cyber boot camp. And I'm excited about the opportunity to meet with you on Monday. We invite everybody who's listening to this conversation to join us. As we depart, do you have any last words to those parents or to the maybe even educators out there who are looking for your abilities to kind of double their monies like you? What advice might you give to them?
Just always take a leap of faith if you, whatever you believe in, or take risk, same saying, just always jump out there and respectfully and responsibly, of course, but don't be scared, don't be afraid to take risk and do the unfamiliar.
And invest, I guess, also, as you have, invest in other people and in other organizations, and connect with other people, because you can always learn from them, right?
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, look, I really appreciate you taking time. Again,
thank you.
I really wish I was in sunny Miami like yourself today, but I hope that we'll be able to go and check you out down there soon. So
Yeah.
again, have a wonderful day,
Yeah.
and I appreciate you joining us.
Okay, thank you so much for the opportunity.
This has been a really remarkable conversation with, again, another one of our members of our network who is a poster board, quite frankly, for what we do. Somebody who, again, was in education, but they decided that they wanted to kind of make a transition. And as a result of making a transition, they've doubled and perhaps at this point, maybe even tripled the money that they were making in earlier as an educator, and definitely no, we need educators. But this is again the type of opportunity that we are promoting here at STEM4US. If you want to get more information about that, don't hesitate to become a partner, as Tiffany did, by visiting our website, and we'll make sure that we include that in the comment section, and also check out the upcoming podcast by subscribing to this channel. Feel free to like the conversation if you enjoyed it, and share it with your friends and family. We got to get the word out. Again, we had the nation's fraternities and sororities, African American fraternities and sororities, at the White House, and sadly, I don't think that any conversation was or any questions were asked about the amount of money that were being invested into our HBCUs, or even in our K through 12 schools, HBCUs being historically Black colleges and universities, in the area of cyber training. And that right there has to change. And hopefully with your help, we will change that. So again, we appreciate Tiffany Hubb. We appreciate her family. And we appreciate all of you who have made that leap, as she said, by joining the STEM4US movement. We look forward to coming back to you soon. Again, don't hesitate to reach out to us. I'm at Talib, Talib, at STEM4US.org, or check out our website. Again, that link is going to be in the comment section for you to check out. Again, thanks so much, and we look forward to talking with you soon. Take care.